We're investigating the process of creativity. How can you describe your creativity?
I'm a musician, I'm a rapper, king of LDN, general legend, Camden town all day, Camden.
Cause I'm repping Northwest London, Camden to Holston, Hendon to Queen's Park, Kesselbury to...
How do you express your creativity?
Through music, through lyrics and through beats and bars, and artwork, mixtape covers, general promotion, how you approach someone to sell them a CD, everything.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing music since I was about 6 years old, but we're talking about instruments, guitar, piano, violin, drums. So I've always been a music man, but with regards to professionalism and actually taking music seriously, probably since I was about 19, after Pirate Radio Station, then we started on the Fully Focus set, and I've done Fully Focus volume 1 to 4, professional music videos, but I took it seriously since about 19.
And how do you find the classical music instruments in comparison to this current genre that you're embracing at the moment?
I prefer music to sound like music. So I've always been influenced by live bands. I'm a big personally, I'm a big fan of Frank Sinatra. I'm a big fan of that whole big band era. So it's a case of that has always influenced me in the rapping. If you listen to certain songs that I've personally made, like Stormy Waters, the instrumental is a live band. It's not synthesized. What are you laughing for, blood? It's not synthesized. It's not synthesized.
Not done Stormy Waters.
It's a big song though, isn't it? Alright, so it's not synthesized at all. Yeah, so I prefer the actual real instrument sound. There's nothing like the sound you get off a piano or a guitar, or, you know.
What inspires you when writing music?
My external influences, such as my friends, it could be me, it could be what happens to me on a day, it could be what happens to Lefty on a day, or what happens to EVS on a day, what happens to anyone, Iceman, anyone. Yeah, I'm like a sponge in it. So I'll take everything in until I feel like I've got enough to release and make a decent track out of it, whether it be through my experience or your experience. The biggest personal challenge that I've ever faced when it comes to music and the whole industry is in January 2007, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which has left me now in a wheelchair. So I think I'm having a personal battle at the moment of whether I want people to look at me and I feel as if my talent is going to be discredited because I'm in a chair. I don't want people to say, wow, he's a brilliant wheelchair rapper. No. Yeah, the wheelchair bears no relevance in what's my vocal delivery in it. So that's the biggest personal challenge. With regard to external influences, anything that was to happen to my fam obviously affects me in it. So if anything happens to my brother or Charlotte or Lefty.
So your personal influences, your personal issues influence your creativity?
Definitely. My personal influences are the be-all and end-all of everything. As a musician, I think we all get writer's block. And if a musician was to say that they don't get writer's block, then they're not writing correctly or well enough, yeah, to be fair, because everyone does get writer's block, unless what they're saying is pants in it, and then they could just spew the pants all day. It's true though, isn't it? So yeah, writer's block is something that affects me. I don't think writer's block can be overcome by anything. I don't think there's something that I can personally do to overcome the writer's block. I feel like it's a period of time that you go through as a writer, and then all of a sudden the stars align, and you're able to express yourself again.
How do you manage your time when producing and promoting mixtapes?
I think the production of a mixtape is very important. So it's very important, paramount to put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, and pay for that studio time if you have to, and get the hours in, do the graft, and make sure it sounds the way you want it to sound. Yeah, then it's a case of people you give it to will actually listen to it, appreciate it, and then through word of mouth they will tell their friends, they will show their friends. So that's a huge promotional tool if your music is actually good. Yeah, I personally got out there with my lot of boys, and we went to Brent Cross Shopping Centre, Wood Green Shopping Centre, Oxford Street, and run into thousands of people who we'd approached to listen to the music. We sold approximately 10,000 CDs at a fiver. You do the math. You do the math. Yeah. So yeah, it's all about being in the right place at the right time, shaking the right hands, and saying the right things.
And do you have a message to other creatives or designers or young musicians that are aspiring to make their name in this hard world?
Yourself. Never let anyone influence what you're doing. If you have the self-belief that what you're doing has some form of merit, then continue to do what you're doing. Blossom and grow as an individual. Don't be influenced by any other artist. And just crack on doing what you're doing. And to all the rappers, the people that think they can rap, yeah, just say something and say it creatively. That's all I'm saying. No one cares about how poor you are. I've heard this for so long. No one cares about the struggle and all that. I'm in a struggle. You're in a struggle. Man sitting there in a wheelchair. I've got my own little thing in it. So I don't care about if you're poor. I'm poorer than you. Yeah. Real talk, innit? You know what I'm saying? The real talk, yeah. I'm from the ends. I don't care about your ends. This is the ends, bro. Yeah, we're in the bits right now. So I don't really care. Just be creative with what you're saying. Look, hip-hop rap is about words, innit? It's being creative through words, and make sure what you're saying makes sense. Yeah, whether that be metaphors, similes, double entendres, whatever, just make sure that it makes sense. And that's my message to other artists.
What would you say is the best piece that you have made so far?
Personally, I would say Stuck to You. It's on Fully Focused Volume 4, and the video's out on YouTube. Stuck to You, City Only the Fam. I will appreciate the view. So get on YouTube and have a look. And I'll personally say that that's my best piece. There's a lot of things that I like on Volume 3, but Stuck to You.
What inspired you to write that song?
You did. What do you mean? You did. What kind of question is that?
I had to ask it.
No, to be fair.
And how do you promote your work, i.e. through the internet, flyers, mixtapes, personal greeting?
I have to give a big shout out to my boy Lefty. Like, we were actually here. We were in the same place, innit? We were in Euston Station, and I had about, when MySpace was starting up from scratch, and I had about 30,000 hits on a page, and he was like, nah bro, come back to me when you got 5,000 hits. 500,000, yeah, 500,000. And I was like, alright, is that how man's challenging me? Yeah, I was like, okay, cool, innit? And then Tuesday we got 2.6 million on the MySpace, and from there it was just like a snowball effect, where everyone that I came into contact with loved the bars, innit? And it helped in a big way. The internet is a huge promotional tool. Twitter, Facebook, 65,000 fans on the Facebook. The MySpace was hot. YouTube is a great way to promote yourself. Yeah, so the internet has played a big part.
What is your process of idea generation, i.e. how do you come up with an idea for a concept for a song and put that into lyrics?
I think the first thing that I do is formulate the chorus. So the hook has to be the first thing that hits me. Obviously, once the concept is already formalized, then it's a case of finding the most catchy thing that will catch someone's attention. Then the verse is a secondary. That's how I'd formulate the song. take that how you want to take it, innit? If you're a bad man, just go and throw it in the bin. I couldn't give a shit about you anyway.
Thank you very much, City, for taking part in this interview today.